There are a lot of our fellow citizens here in Montgomery County who are really struggling financially. We see them in our office every day. It might be a predatory loan, it might be they lost their job, an unexpected medical expense, whatever, but they are really hurting. And what we try to do is, obviously we deal with the tax issues, but we also try to get them help. And we have some suggestions for anyone who finds themselves in this situation, and I'd like to just share those with us, with the audience today. The first one is that at the first hint of financial difficulty, you should take action. And if you do nothing and wish it away, nothing really gets better. And in fact, in most cases, it gets worse. And the second tip is always to pay as much as you can. Certainly with the tax office, we understand if you make a payment, even if it's not in full, that you're trying, and that is helpful than doing nothing. And it also will reduce your penalties. And the same goes with your mortgage lender or a credit card company. Pay something, and whatever you can do, it will help. The third thing, and I can't emphasize this enough, but to communicate, communicate, communicate. And I know it's really hard. You know, people are in stress, they're overwhelmed, they don't know where to turn, and it's difficult to make those calls, but no one can read your mind, and no one can know what's happening. So if they call into our office or to any lender that they might owe an obligation to, then you can explain what's happening, you can find out what you need to do and the steps you need to take, and hopefully, you know, go on a path to getting things righted. I know for certain that a lot of people throw letters in the drawer, and you know, when they finally read it, it's 2 days before a foreclosure. That's the worst thing you can do. As painful as some of these situations are to face, you really need to address them, read the letters, find out what you need to do. And finally, I'd like to share some information. We obviously can't help people in all the ways that they need help, and they need to help themselves, but we try to send them to other resources and agencies that we've partnered with that can provide them with the help that they need. And so I'd like to, you know, share some information of 3 agencies that we've partnered with that have been extremely helpful to citizens of Montgomery County. The first one is the United Way HelpLink 211. Obviously, you just call 211. It's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They provide not only resources for financial problems, but food, medical, all kinds of social services. You do call in, and they will assess your situation over the phone and then help you get to the help that you need. Secondly, we advise people to contact County Corp. They can really help with financial and credit education. In other words, if you don't know, you're having terrible problems with your credit cards and you need to get your credit rating improved, or you're not sure whether you have a predatory loan or a problem mortgage, they can really provide the expertise that's needed. And they have specialized mortgages for low-income buyers, and their number is 225-6328. And finally, Citywide Development Corporation. They provide credit report review counseling, home buyer education, as well as home improvement emergency loans. And they can be reached at 853-2557. And I just can't emphasize enough that people should reach out, because they're not alone, and there are services there to really help them get through the situation that they're facing.
Right, I think you said it very well when you said communication is the key, because putting the letters in the drawer, they're just going to pile up and nothing will get resolved.
Right. You can't wish these problems away. You really have to take action. And I know in our offices, when it comes to property tax issues, Les has explained, you know, all the different possibilities. Sometimes people don't even know some of the programs that are available, and they don't understand that they have options. But until you come in and talk to us, or until you come in and talk to your mortgage company, you're out there alone, and things could be getting worse. So we strongly urge our citizens to come forward. As painful as it is, we will work with you. Mortgage companies will work with you, but you have to come in.
Okay, and if anyone needs those phone numbers again, they can contact you in your office for any of those organizations?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I would strongly urge people to come to our website too. We have a lot of information, but the one that is obviously very easy to remember is 211. That's one that has a lot of different services, and they may, in fact, if you couldn't remember County Corp, they could probably have the number there and then send you on that way. So if everyone can remember 211, that will be a big step of improvement, and share this information with neighbors or other family members, even if you don't need it. so we can spread the word that there is help for people. They're not in this alone.